Hey guys, if you are used to watching my videos, then you know that this is Land Shark, my hawk-headed parrot. You know that she's not doing well. She saw the vet again yesterday, and it looks like it's probably a liver issue. It may be from age. She's not a spring chicken. So I am just coddling her and just taking care of her. Now, today I wanted to talk to you about something unrelated. I just thought I'd introduce Land Shark here, who is aptly named because when she feels good, she puts her monster beak on the floor and just goes like a train. And if you're in her way, she steamrolls you. So I was looking around, and if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I really love Bird Gardens of Naples. It's my favorite rescue. However, because of the hurricane, one thing that's happened with Bird Gardens is that they're not taking in rescues unless it's really dire, because they've got all of these birds that lost their home in the hurricane. So they're sort of like, I guess, not an orphanage, because they're not, they've got their parents, they've got their homes, they've got their families, but I guess they're temporarily homeless. So I was looking around and I happened to find another rescue, which I'm kind of curious about. I think it's new, or they're merging. There's something going on. But they had a post about the starter bird and about how people leave starter birds behind. I thought this was a really important topic. I have talked about it a little bit before. You know, when people ask me, is this a good starter bird or is it not? But I wanted to talk to you about the term itself today. I think there's a big misnomer when it comes to this term. If you are an animal lover and you get like a little dog and then you want a big dog, I don't feel like you leave that little dog behind. If you're a parrot lover and you get like a budgie or a cockatiel, you bond with it, you love it, and then let's say you want a bigger bird, I don't feel like most people leave that budgie or cockatiel behind. Those of us who really love our birds, I think we give them another bird because we realize that they're flock animals. We realize they're going to be happier. We maybe give them a bigger cage, like a flight cage, so that they have more room, because we want them to be happy and comfortable. And maybe we don't spend quite as much time with them when we get a new or bigger bird. But I don't feel like, similar to last year's season's clothes, they get tossed out, or like anything else. I don't feel like people who are real animal lovers, I don't feel like they really discard or ignore or mistreat their starter bird. I don't think I necessarily like the term starter bird because it doesn't really explain what's really going on. When it comes to getting the right bird for you, I always say you should get the right bird. You should get the bird that clicks with you. Kind of like when you go out on a date. There are some people you can't stand, and then there are some people you just click with. Please don't marry the one you hate, obviously. So when you go out looking for a date, do you go to a rescue? Do you go to a breeder? Do you go to a store? You go to all of them and you find the one you click with, right? So to me, it's not necessarily that it is or isn't a starter bird. There are parrots that are so much easier to bond with. Parrots like a little budgie that are sweet, they're not all bite, and it makes it really easy to connect with them. It makes it really easy to love them and to feel loved by them and to play with them and enjoy them. Now, it doesn't matter whether it's like a 20,000, 30,000, I don't know, what are hyacinth macaws going for these days? You know, macaw that's big bucks, someone could get a bird like that and it's not a starter bird and neglect it and totally mistreat it and be cruel. And then there are people who get a little budgie, maybe someone gave them the budgie, and it's the best relationship ever. it isn't the bird as much as it really is the bond and the person. I feel like it's the person. There are people who are gonna take care of an animal no matter what. I've heard of other breeders, other animal lovers who will do things for animals despite the people that they live with. Hi, Blue. Blue just flew in. So maybe a better term is something like an easier bonding bird, a bondable bird, because there are some parrots that are harder to bond with, like my hawkhead. You can't just go and love on her. You know how you get a new puppy or a golden retriever and you could just hug them. Well, then there's wolves and you can't just hug them. Or there's like, I don't know, Dobermans, and you could try to hug them and I think they'd bite you. Parrots are the same. So it's not so much starter bird versus not starter bird. It's animal lover or not, whether a parrot bonds easily or whether you have to really learn how to handle them. Macaws, for example, are infamous for intimidating people. The macaw is smaller, but their beak is bigger, powerful, and they know it, and they intimidate people. Bonding with a macaw is phenomenal, but it's not necessarily easy. It's not a quick and easy bond the way it can be with perhaps someone like Blue. Of course, Blue's a little different, but my Quakers, they've bonded pretty well and easily. Green cheek conures bond well and easily, although they're bitey. You have to understand and know how to handle bitey. An animal lover generally works through the issues. But when you're starting and learning how to get along with this new species, then a bird that's easier to bond with isn't a bad thing. It's a wonderful thing. It can create a great experience for you and the bird. And then I just don't think the animal lovers leave that bird behind. Please let me know what you think. Let me know if you can come up with a better term for me than an easy to bond with bird. Maybe you've got a really cute way of saying a more bondable bird, a less bondable bird, a harder to bond with bird, a more challenging bond. Easy bond bird, challenging bond bird. So if you have a better term, let me know. In the meantime, please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Comment, it always helps my juice. You're not going to be able to see my t-shirt that says, "The world is full of something like magical mysteries, patiently waiting for us to discover them." Hard to read through my hawk head. Awesome parrot merch at shop.parrotbliss.com. Please let me know what you think. Did I hear someone above? Or was that you sneezing? And then I will catch you in the next feathered video.